Pope Francis asks us, how do we build a better future together? While I may have a lot to learn, there are a few things that I do know. A future in which we don't have the necessary resources to thrive scares me. Dwindling water, forest fires, and an unpredictable climate is not a world any of us would like to live in. To invest in tomorrow by working today is what building a better future looks like, to strive for a greater tomorrow, knowing that we will all experience the benefits of action and the consequences of inaction is what brings me here.
Pope Francis is not one more environmentalist, but with a really big pulpit. He's a religious leader, and he's really asking us to renew our faith, because in the end, he knows that men and women of faith who love deeply and profoundly and sacrificially will make the kind of choices that matter, not only for our brothers and sisters today, but for future generations. That the ecological issues are profoundly religious issues. The choices that we make are affecting others in profound ways. We've got to be motivated by love, by our religious beliefs, and then we need to make those sometimes hard choices, but choices that reflect who we really are as children of God.
It is imperative that we don't go back to the systems that brought us here. It's not working for everyone. We have a moral obligation to reimagine a world where we can balance the needs of people, our most vulnerable communities, as well as the environment and economic growth.
The committee partnered with Sister Jane Remsen and the Carmelite NGO to produce the inaugural Laudato Si based secondary schools curriculum to include the values and tenets of Laudato Si in the classroom every day. And this is now an open source opportunity available to all schools around the world.
Earth Club, because I'm worried and stressed about the current state of our planet. I'm 16 years old, and although I may not have all the answers or solutions, I know I must be concerned and that I need to try as much as I can to make a difference, even if it's small. Taking care of the environment is just necessary at this point, something everyone must be doing for a safer world. Sadly, many people my age feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. We have grown up seeing these drastic changes like extinction and wildfires become the norm. We feel powerless. We have grown up in a world that we know can do better. I really believe that together we can treat this world better. We can build a better future together because we have a common goal: to take care of our planet, our home, for us and for future generations of living creatures.
Our goal was always to try to inspire the minds and hearts of our fellow parishioners to see the importance of this issue and do something about it. And we prayed. We prayed for the wonderful gift of God's creation in thanksgiving and about the fact that it is now under our care. But, it was clear that so much more was needed.
And we're being reminded that our Mother of Sorrows gets its power from the sun and from the sun.
Climate change is affecting the most vulnerable communities in the world. Here in the desert, water is precious, and we have to acknowledge that climate change is affecting availability of water.
You've got oftentimes two groups, and both have very legitimate interests. So it's not that one is right and one is wrong. We have to balance these in creative ways. When it comes to the ecology, we actually can have a lot of win-win situations. Catholics are remarkably free to allow the teachings of the church and to form their own conscience and then live their lives in accord with that conscience. And so I really think Catholics, whether they feel supported by a local pastor or a particular bishop, they can still do all those wonderful things that have a serious impact in our world. But you still need to allow your faith and these very solid teachings to form your conscience and then live fully, oftentimes as a prophetic witness in the world. We really need more prophets.
Whatever the color we are, whatever the religion we are holding hands for the benefit of our community and our environment. We have so much in common.
I ask you to please consider today and tomorrow. What kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? What kind of future do you want to leave for your constituents and future generations? We've had many instances in history where we've been called to action. This time, it's our turn to get it together and pull off the victory of our time by creating a sustainable future for everyone.